Good afternoon. Welcome to Keep It 100 podcast. I guess this is noon edition. I have a special guest, goes by the name of her Instagram name, signed Rosie. So I'm excited to hear about her music journey and what she has coming actually. But yeah, she's actually joined me a lot faster than a bunch of other people have. So yeah, let's get this conversation going though, for sure. What the, oh, says connecting. For sure.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm good. You are actually the first to join in the quickest out of everyone.
I love that. I am on top of it. I hate being late. That's one of my things. I'm like always on time, if not early.
For sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for joining our podcast.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
For sure. Um, I kind of said your name before, which is a ritual I usually don't do, but I'm gonna have you introduce
Okay.
anyway.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah. My name's Rosie. I live in LA. I've been here for about a year and a half. And ever since I got here, I just decided to dedicate myself to my music, and it's been amazing ever since.
For sure. And what have you been up to lately, as far as like, I guess, crafting, like working on your craft basically as an artist?
Yeah, definitely. So it was definitely difficult during quarantine, especially because I was just starting to like really book shows and like get myself out there and get myself heard and making connections and everything. Like I got a booking agent and everything. I was supposed to have a residency at the Viper Room for a few months, like literally all during quarantine, but that was all canceled. So at the beginning, I was like, all right, well, I need to make something happen here. So I bought myself a nice mic. I set up like a recording studio for myself in my apartment. And I was like, we got to get crafty here. Like, we got to figure something out. So during that whole time, like 3 months, I wrote and recorded and just put out an EP, and it's called Keep Your Distance. There's 4 songs on it. I have one feature, which is my best friend in the whole world, Jordan Kellogg. And yeah, it's on all streaming platforms. I'm really proud of it, like really, really proud of it. It's the best work I've ever put out, and I'm really excited about it.
You said ever?
Ever. I mean, other than my original EP, that was really exciting because that was my first professional work as an artist. But I guess like coming up and like just growing every single day that I'm here, to put this out and see where I've come from 2 years ago when I put my first EP out. It's called Cold Summer. To put Keep Your Distance out. I put it out, when was that? Like 4 days ago, 5 days ago, last Friday. I mean, it's just incredible, and I'm so, so proud of it. So I will go as far to say this is my best work I've ever put out. Yeah.
I keep looking this way because I'm looking at your Spotify channel.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Um, and you said keep your distance. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you type in Rosie, Keep Your Distance,
Oh,
it should come up. Yeah.
oh, I posted a video about that.
Oh,
The
yeah. That's right.
Yeah, there's a photo and it just says keep your distance. Okay, for sure.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's the latest project.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that came out last Friday, and it's been doing pretty well so far. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on it, and yeah, I'm really happy that everybody likes it so far.
For sure. And you have any inspiration putting that project out?
As far as like artists go, Halsey, it has been such an inspiration to me, like from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Um, from even like before my career. And I just love her artistry, and like the way she presents herself is very similar to like how I want to present myself, because we're very similar in a lot of ways. Same with like Lady Gaga. I love her drive and her passion. Like she has this crazy passion for music. especially after watching her documentary. I don't know if you saw it, but it was just so inspiring to me. And also Billie Eilish is a huge one. I mean, I just love her music and like who she is, how she's like unapologetically herself. It's so inspiring. So I think I took like a little bit of everyone's like spunk and inspiration and like music and the way they write. I took all a little piece of everybody. And a little piece of, I mean, it's a huge part of me too, obviously. And yeah, I put that all into what I wanted to put out, and the final product ended up being just better than I ever could have expected.
For sure. And far as putting it out, like you put it out when you wanted to put it out, or was it rushed, or how did it?
I actually, so what I usually do, especially with like an EP or an album, I take at least like a month to a month and a half to promote it. But with this one, it was so like, I did it kind of so randomly. I was just like, you know what? This is like a quarantine mixtape. I know everybody like needs a little positivity in their life right now, maybe some new music. So I was like, yeah, I literally like put it on, like I uploaded it to all the streaming platforms like 2 weeks ago, and I started promoting for it 2 weeks ago. And I was like, you know what? I just want this to be out. Like, I don't care about like the playlists or the blogs or anything. I was like, I just want everyone to hear this. And that's not usually how I would do things, but that's how I wanted to do it for this one because I thought it was appropriate for the situation.
For sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I've heard parts of it, but I haven't heard like the full song yet. Well,
Hmm.
I might have to check that out after we're done here.
Yeah.
But back to you though. Far as I ask this question to everyone, you can either answer it or choose not to answer it.
Okay.
But do you have a top five artist list?
Oh, for sure. Okay, so Halsey, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, like I said. I love Madison Beer right now. She is a bad bitch. Like she's really cool. Also oh my god, I have so many. Oh, the 1975. They're my favorite band like in the whole world. Have been for years and years and years, and I think they're like my OG inspiration like since the beginning, you know? I mean, I just love how different they are, and I've I've taken a lot of uh like writing inspiration, I think, from them, just how different and honest they are with their lyrics. They've been a huge inspiration to me, and also like one of those bands that like I go to like when I'm feeling really anxious or depressed or anything like that. It's like they are them, so they will always be like my top.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Great list. Great list there. Far as I say, when you got into music, like, was that? I know some people get into it like at an early age,
Mhm.
either because, like it runs in the family or they found it. When did you like first get into like music?
Yeah, for sure. So honestly, like when I was really, really little, like I remember I started singing when I was maybe a few years old, just like around the house, you know, as toddlers do. I'm sure my mom's told me about it. But when I was 5 years old, I got into musical theater, and that was my first love, like theater and musical theater, singing and, you know, dancing and like the whole thing. Like I loved being a part of that. And I think that was really like, that laid the groundwork for who I am as an artist today, because I had that original like theater background. And I think everything in theater is like so big and magical, and I as like a pop singer, I wanted to bring that into it, especially when I'm performing. Like I want everything to be very big and like just like inspiring, you know? Like whenever I see Broadway shows or something, and my whole life I've always just been in awe of what I'm looking at. And so I think that I just want to shape my life around who I was as a kid, kind of take that like that fun loving nature
Uh-huh.
of who I was and just musical theater in general and actors and stuff. And I want to bring that into like my pop career kind of. So yeah, I did musical theater my whole life up until like college, I think. And then I stopped for a little while. I was a film major in college. So I was doing a little bit of that. And then after college, I got back into it. And then when I moved to LA, I was like, I kind of have to make a decision. I was like, do I want to act? Do I want to try to be in theater and musical theater? Or do I want to continue with my pop music career? And it was a hard decision for me. Also, I have a film degree. So it was kind of like when I got here, I was like, I really can shape my life however I want to. You know, like this is completely new for me. I mean, I moved from Connecticut. My whole family's in Connecticut. And I came here by myself. I moved in with one of my best friends in Sherman Oaks. And I was like, I'm gonna make something happen for myself. So I kind of just chose what I was the most passionate about and what I thought I could make happen for myself. Like, I think it's really hard, especially for actors and stuff. It's like other people kind of have to like accept you and like pull you into
The
it.
pros. Let me wait for it to come back.
Okay.
Okay, we good.
Yeah, I think it's really hard with actors because other people have to kind of recognize you and pull you into it. But with singing, it's really cool because like I was able to like set up this recording studio and put out the music by myself. It's like very personal and something that I can do on my own, and no one has to tell me that I can or can't do something. You know, that's why I love also being an independent artist, because it's like if I wanted to put out a single tomorrow, I could. If I wanted to go play a show down the street randomly one night, like I could go do that. So I really loved the freedom of it, and I think that's what made me choose the way that I did, and I think I made the right decision.
For sure. I've been
Yeah.
uh, a lot of artists of late, and most of them have been like independent. Well,
Hmm.
probably say like 85%.
Hmm.
And they what they've been telling me is like that's kind of like the eve, I guess.
For sure. For sure.
You're literally in control of like music. And I'm not sure if this is true, but someone told me that when it comes to like promoting, like you're 100% control of like promoting music
For sure. For
versus
sure.
a label where they'll say, "Oh, you should do this, that,
Hmm.
and that." So
Right.
that's what I was
Right.
told. Seems to
Yeah,
be.
absolutely. I completely agree. I mean, I have complete creative control. It's like, I mean, I don't even have a manager right now that's giving me like advice, really. I would appreciate that if I did have a manager, but I think it's really cool kind of navigating it myself and watching other successful people do what they do and kind of pulling from everyone what I want and not necessarily copying exactly what they're doing, but kind of like I said, like pulling what I want from it and promoting that way or distributing this way or like doing social media a certain way, kind of like that. So it's like I have complete control over my entire career right now. And it's made me grow a lot, especially in the past few months. Like recording by myself, it's like I had to figure out how to use like my interface and Ableton and like how the mic works, like what plugs into what. And I had never had to do that before, so being in quarantine kind of forced me to do that. And I'm really grateful for that because I never want to be an artist. Like if I do get signed one day, I don't want to be an artist that goes into a studio with like a bunch of big name people, you know, and I'm like, what does that do? Like, I don't want, you know, I don't want to be that person that's just like, okay, put me in front of the mic, I'm gonna sing, you know. It's like I want to be a part of the whole process. So it's really cool, like learning everything by myself. And I feel like I've grown so much as an artist and as a person that way, you know. It's been really, really cool. So I think I want to stay independent as long as I can, but at some point I definitely want to go on tour, and at that point it would be convenient and like just the best for me to be signed to a label at that point.
Okay, for sure. And far as like you working with like other artists, do you have like some dream producer or like artists that you want to work with like in the
Yeah,
future?
for sure. I mean, like I said, like Halsey is like my favorite. I mean, to be in a room with her and to write a song with her, I think would be like the dream of mine, you know? Like I said, like she's so inspiring to me, and the way that she writes is so elevated and personal, and but at the same time, like everybody can relate to it. And I want to be that kind of writer. I think I've definitely grown as a writer over the past like 6 months or so. And like I look at the stuff that I've written last year, and then I look at what I'm writing now, and I'm like, wow, that's so much like deeper. And I'm really proud of it. So to be able to get to a point where I can get a room with someone like Lady Gaga or Halsey, or even the 1975, like that would be insane to me. That is definitely the dream.
All right. Let me ask you a question about writing, like just like the process of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did you learn how to be a writer, or did it come like naturally? Like, what's the
Um, it came naturally for the most part. I think I never like sat down and like read a book about it or anything.
uh-huh.
Or even like look on. I guess 99.9% of it is just came naturally to me, and it's one of those things that like you're not going to be good at right away, like because you don't know how to like dig into the space in your brain and your heart that like will say exactly what you want to say and it not be cliche. That's what I really struggled with when I first started out. It was like, I don't know how to say this without it sounding like 1,000 other songs that are out. But once I kept writing, I mean, it's one of those things that you just have to do every single day. And you have to either write a whole song. Like what I do is I literally just go in when either when I'm inspired or when I'm not, when I'm just like, I feel like writing, but I don't really know what I'm going to write about. You just have to go in and like do it all. I write a song sometimes in like 20, 30 minutes. And then the next day I'll go back and I'll work with it again, and I'll change this and change that and come up with a melody for it. And I kind of hear it in my head. That's what really helps me. It's like I already hear a melody in my head when I'm writing.
Uh-huh.
And one of my favorite things about writing, and something I've gotten kind of good at, is to take a very small concept and turn it into something like big and very relatable, and something that's like really deep and meaningful. Like for example, like maybe like I saw my car keys or something next to my door, hanging near my door. I would take that concept of car keys and go from car keys to car to being in the car with somebody that you really care about to like, oh, we don't do that anymore. And that's why my keys are next to my door and not in my car with that person, kind of thing. You know, I kind of like going from one thing to the other.
Do we freeze? I think we did. So, okay, we're back for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really interesting to me, and I love to see how it all plays out. And I love when other artists do that too. That's my favorite thing about writing. It's so much fun, and I've grown to like really enjoy it, and gotten to the point where I'm like, I kind of want to do this for other artists too, because I know there are a lot of artists like Julia Michaels is one of my favorite writers, and like she started out writing for other people before she became Julia Michaels and like everything that she is today. So yeah.
For sure. And far as I want to say, like your style, like as an artist, is there anyone you compare yourself to, or you're just taking it like I'm my own artist and there's like no one like me. I'm unique in my own way.
I think I don't know. I think it's great of other artists to say like I'm completely me, like there's nobody like me, but at the same time it's like everybody's inspired by something, you know, because and if you're an artist, you listen to other music. So I think maybe without even knowing it, like you take a little bit of their style, whether it's their type of writing or their genre or whatever. So I think I'm very especially with this EP, like I'm very like Rosie now, you know, like I am who I am as an artist, but at the same time, like I love like pulling ideas and genres and sounds and, you know, types of music from like Halsey, Olivia O'Brien, Madison Beer, like Noah Cyrus, like all these big pop artists right now. And like I want to be like them almost, but as me as possible. You know what I mean? Like I want to shape my career around what they've done, but it's also always going to be me. Like I'm never going to try to be somebody else.
For sure. Okay. I guess you're like the second pop artist on our podcast.
Cool.
And I think we have like two or three more coming. So that's an interesting trend I'm starting to learn about.
Yeah.
Interesting trend in music I'm starting to learn about. But I have a question
Yeah.
about pop artists, of course.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I follow like mostly like hip hop music, but since we started this podcast, I'm starting to follow everything. So, do pop artists freestyle?
Wow. I know they have before. Like Halsey has this freestyle called Tokyo Narita, and
Uh,
everybody should go listen to it because it's fucking like amazing. I would love to be able to do something like that. I've honestly never heard another pop freestyle in my life other than that. And that's another reason why I love her, because she could just put a track on and like sing to it. And I think it's really cool. Oh my God, I love rap freestyle. I think it's the coolest thing. Like, it's honestly unbelievable to me that people can do that. And then, so for it to be like that in hip hop and rap, and then to try to do it in pop and to make a melody up and sing it as you're going, that's like unreal. So
I,
I think that's another level of artistry right there. Like that's unbelievable to me.
that's that.
But yeah, Halsey's the only one I know that has ever done it. And if anybody else knows one, please send it to me because I would love to hear it. I would love to be able to do that.
If anyone knows one, put it in the comment section.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
heard style yet, and I hear that because I heard it's pretty dope
Mm-hmm.
from people that have told me, but they won't tell me where they heard it. I
Yeah. Yeah.
find it on my own. So yeah. But anyways, back to you for sure. You mentioned that you moved to LA. Like, where are you like originally from?
I'm originally from Connecticut, like Southern Connecticut. I grew up there. I was born there, lived there for 23 years of my life until I decided to move here. Really hard transition, you know. I think people will tell you that it's going to be hard to start all over, especially in LA, because I mean, not only is it an expensive place to live, but it's also saturated. The market here is saturated with singers and actors, and which is amazing. And I love being in this community where like almost every single person you meet is trying to do something similar to you. It's like I'll meet a bartender and they're trying to be an actor, or like my waitress is like also trying to be a singer, something like that. And everybody's like on their grind here, and it's unreal and it's really motivating. But at the same time, it's like really difficult in that way because it's so saturated. It's difficult being apart from my family. Like, I mean, it really forced me to grow up when I moved here, because all of a sudden I was living on my own and I was paying my own bills, and like it was really different for me. But it has been so rewarding, and I always try to remind myself why I'm here. And in the long run, it is so that I can provide for my family and give back everything that they've given to me. I mean, I want to just be one of the biggest pop artists that the world has ever seen. And I want to, you know, bring my family on vacation and move them out here and like get them a house, you know, like that has always been the original goal. So as hard as it is being away from them, I know that I'm here for the right reasons.
For sure. And far as like you mentioned, you had like a film degree.
Mm-hmm.
What college did you like attend, or you know?
I went to Quinnipiac University, which is also in Connecticut, so I stayed very close to home when I went to college. I lived at home for a little while during college. Then I lived at school. And yeah, it's a 4-year university, sorry. And yeah, so I have a bachelor's degree in film. So that was my original dream coming out to LA before I decided that I wanted to do music. So I'm a film editor. So if anyone needs music videos edited, that's my job.
Oh, we actually have Alexa. Val.
Alexa!
He was the first pop artist I literally talked to. Like that
Oh,
was
that's amazing. I know Alexa has helped me so much in my like social media and my career and everything. That's my girl.
oh for sure.
Yeah.
Reunited.
Yes. Hey, girl.
Reunited section. But um back to me learning about you as an artist. Far as like I guess your brand, like what's your ultimate goal for like your brand? Like you as an artist brand. Like do you have
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing that I want people to see when they look at me is authenticity,
mm-hmm.
and that I am genuine and I am very much myself, that I care about the people around me. Um, and that's who I am as a person. You know, when I started this whole thing off, I was like, okay, I have to be somebody else. You know, I have to like shape who I am around this person that's like going to be big, like that's similar to other pop artists, you know, and like that's why they're big. And as I grew and I learned, and as time went on, I realized I was like, I don't want to be somebody else. I just want to be who I have always been. And that's been somebody that wants to give back to my community and somebody that cares about the people around them. And I think it's rare to find an artist like that, like that's not so full of themselves. And I don't ever want that to be me. Like, God willing, if I ever become somebody that is like famous and somebody that everybody knows, like I don't want to be the person that people are scared to go up to on the street, you know, like that's not who I am and that's not how I was raised. So yeah, as far as a brand goes, I just authenticity 100%. I just want to be me, and I think that's right on point with what I have always been, you know, since I was a little girl. And I want to carry that into the rest of my life, my career.
For sure. I'm gonna look over at my computer for a second. I'm looking at some tracks
Cool.
from um I know you said you keep your distance was kind of like your your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna ask this question anyway.
Cool.
Um are you able to rank projects from favorite, I don't want to say least, from favorite to rank them from
Top to bottom.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, keep your distance is definitely at the top. Um, and then after that, I think would be my other EP, just because so much time and work and literal sweat and tears went into that project. I mean, that was the first project that I ever worked on with a producer back in Connecticut. And it was like a really emotional thing to go through because I didn't know what I was doing. You know, it was really scary and all new to me. And I was like, I don't want to do this wrong, kind of thing. So I just, that one is so close to my heart just because of those reasons. You know, I worked with so many different people on that, and I'm really proud of it. And then after that project, I think would be Bedroom, which is a single that I put out in January. And I worked on that with my amazing producer, Nick Taylor from Vegas. And I fly out and see him a few times a year and work with him. And he is just unbelievable. And if anyone needs recording or mix or master, like his at is at Who Is Call Girl. That's like his producer name. So like he is just like unbelievable. That project or that song was so much fun to work on with him because it was like an equal effort of both of us, you know, as far as like songwriting and the vibe of it and just like the melody and literally every single piece of it was an equal effort between the two of us, and it was a lot of fun. My next favorite would be Coffee, which I put out a few months ago, and I think I put it out like the beginning of quarantine or something, or like maybe right before it. Um, but I love that one, and it's really close to my heart because it's about my boyfriend that I've been dating for a little over a year, and I wrote it literally in like 20 minutes when he was just like making us coffee in our kitchen because we live together here in West Hollywood. But he was literally making us coffee in our kitchen. And I was like, I really want to write a song that is a love song, but different, you know, because like I said, like I hate songs, or I hate personally like writing songs that just sound so cliche. And like I want to stay as far away from that as possible, but I was writing all these songs about him and I couldn't find the right words to like really capture what I feel about him. And so I was like, what's something that this, like I said before, it's like I take a small thing and I turn it into something that's like bigger. What's one thing that really like connects us? And it's always been coffee, because like some of our first dates, like we went to go get coffee. We make coffee every morning in our kitchen. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to shape an entire song around the concept of like coffee or having coffee. And it ended up being like such a sweet song. And I surprised him with that at one of my shows. I think it was like over in Silver Lake or something, but back in January, I sang it for him. It was my first show back after a while, and he had no idea that I recorded it or what it was about or anything. And I had recorded it literally 2 days before, so I like memorized it obviously and like played it at my show. But I get to surprise him with that. And then after that, what other songs do I have out? I guess the ones on the bottom would just be ones that like were rushed and ones that I'm just not that proud of because they had no meaning to me. So like I think Whiskey Ginger is the other one that's on there. And not that it's a bad song, but it just doesn't have any meaning to me, I guess, anymore. Or like I don't know if it really ever did. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I mean, it's up there on my Spotify. Like anyone could listen to it, but I think it's just not my favorite, just because of that reason. So yeah,
Sure. Okay. I'm still kind of still going through Spotify as we're talking, but
yeah, sure.
I shall be listening to this music later.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna see if I agree. But
Yeah, yeah. Let me know. Let me know what your ranking is of them. That'd be so cool.
yeah, for sure, I'll listen
I
to
would
it.
love to know.
Probably make a post about it. I don't know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be great.
something like that. But I'm gonna get back to talking with you because Instagram likes to act weird the later we get,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for sure. But next question I have, like, it's basically about, like, I guess legacy as an artist.
Hmm.
Like, what kind of legacy are you trying to leave behind the artist? Depending how, I don't know if it depends, but whether you get big or not, or you're just like average,
Yeah,
normal, what
yeah.
the overall are you trying to leave behind?
Yeah, for sure. So I think it's kind of the same answer as like what my brand is. I mean, I just want to always, I just want people to remember me as somebody that always was very like authentic, and someone that always did exactly what they wanted to do, somebody that gave back to the community, someone that like included everybody, and that like just didn't, I don't know, just didn't like leave anybody out of, whether it's like writing, or if like someone wants me to do a feature, or like if I want to have a feature like on my music or something like that. I just like, I think music is all about like collaboration and love for the music, and I think people really like get off track with that because they lose sight of what it really is all about. And it's like, why did I get in music in the first place? It's because it literally made me the happiest out of everything that I've ever done. And I think when you frame something like that in your life, if you frame it like that way, you can never lose sight of why you started it in the first place, and you can never go off track because it's like, you know why you're doing it. It's because it makes you happy. And I guess I really just want to be remembered as that person that always did what made them happy, what made other people happy. Like, that's the original dream, you know? So,
For sure.
yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the Spotify list. Like, there's something that's really bugging me right now. Um, I want to ask you about 3 songs on this list that I'm currently looking at right now.
Okay, cool.
So, first being House of Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it really about flowers, or like what?
No. Yeah, so that one is about so House of Flowers refers to like my body and my mind. It's like I am a house of flowers, which when you think of physically and in real life, it's something that's like very beautiful, very positive, something that you want to surround yourself with. I'm trying to like think of the lyrics. But it's like my house. Okay, so this is the bridge. It's like my house of flowers only blooms when you wait. When wait, now I don't know the words. Wait, I'm gonna look them up on my thing because now I'm nervous. But yeah, I mean it's really just about like how your body and your mind can be so affected by outside things, but again, you have to like remember that you are that like house of flowers kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And that's like who you always have been. Wait, I'm looking at the lyrics here. I have them right here. Okay, so it goes, house of flowers, but my day's still gray, heart of gold, but it's gone away. It's like sometimes like my depression takes over my body, and it's like when it should be something that's like very colorful and like positive, it's still gray and black and like negative, you know? I'm alone in this home I built, hard to love the cracks when the plants all wilt. So it's like I'm taking like this house of flowers, I'm comparing it to an actual house, and it's just like, see, I love doing this. I love it's like, okay, there's plants and there's cracks in the walls, and it's like it's comparing it to like me as a person. So I'm really proud of that song. I worked with this piano player Kevin Burke on it, and he sent me like a piano track for it a few months ago during quarantine, and I was like, this is perfect. Like, this is exactly, it's a piano song. It's like a very like sad sounding song. And yeah, I'm really proud of that one. You should listen to that one later. It's really good.
Yeah, I plan to go through this list sometime when I just block out time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, there's that one. I got 2 more. I need some information.
Yeah, absolutely. I love this.
Okay, so first one, new T-shirt. Apparently, it has some kind of language in there because it has the E on it. So
Yeah. Yeah. New t-shirt is really different for me because I think that for a long time I was very scared of like, I don't know, like putting out a song that showed a different side of me, maybe like a bad bitch side of me, you know what I mean? Like, don't mess with me kind of thing. Because I was like, that's not who I am. But I think in reality, it's like we all have those moments where you're like, you know what? Like, don't mess with me. Like, I'm bad. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was fun, like putting out something different like this. So, what it's about is, basically it's like a story. So it's like I slept at this guy's place. This didn't actually happen, by the way, but I just made it up for the song because it was funny. But so I slept at this guy's place. I left my earrings on his bedside table, but I wore his t-shirt home. So basically the whole, like the end of the chorus, it goes, now you have my cheap earrings and I have a new t-shirt. Like, because now like this is my shirt, like you're not getting it back kind of
I don't
thing.
ever give it back.
Yeah.
And it looked
Yeah, it's the verse goes, I wore his t-shirt home. It still has the tag, I wore his t-shirt home, he will never get it back. Because like I know he's not going to call me back because I know it was just like a one-time thing, and like all boys are the same kind of like mindset, you know what I mean? So that was a really fun song to do. And yeah, again, I was like scared to put it out because I was like, oh my god, like this isn't me. Like it's really fun and different for me, and I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on it, and people are like, oh my god, this is like the best song you've put out. Like this is so different for you. And I really am glad that everybody likes it because it was like kind of a risk. I mean, just for me personally to put it out, I'm like, oh my God, like, are people gonna like think it's weird or whatever? But it's a really fun song.
For sure. I will be. Let me check that to listen to that later.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, is that one? House Flowers. I'll Be Kind. This
Yeah.
apparently is nicer, a nicer version. What?
Oh yeah, yeah. That is a clean version. I'm like on my computer looking up all the lyrics here so I can like. Okay, here it is. So I can explain it to you correctly. So I'll Be Kind is basically it's definitely about my boyfriend, and it's just I mean, but it also can be compared to any relationship. It's like basically saying like I know you've been in other relationships where you've been hurt and you've been conditioned now a certain way to react to things when they happen, to react to certain situations in a certain way because you think that the other person is like they are gonna react a certain way or like say a certain thing just because that's how it's been in the past for you. But what I'm saying is that like I want to know about like all of your demons and all of the shit that you've been through, and I want to be there for you instead. I don't want to push you away because you're conditioned a certain way to like react to certain situations or like say certain things or like kind of shy away from a conversation because you think it's hard. Like I want to be there for you and I
For
want to be
sure.
with you.
Does she for you back? For sure.
Oh, is back? Okay, cool. But yeah, honestly, I'll Be Kind is the single best song that I have ever written in my whole career. And I will say that with 100% confidence. Because I think it's very personal to me and my relationship. And because, you know, my boyfriend has been through shit and I've been through shit with other people. And, you know, you kind of, every time you get in a relationship, you think, oh, like, I mean, it might not be conscious, it might be subconscious, but you think like, oh, like I'm gonna get hurt. Like right away, you're like, this person is out to hurt me because you have that mindset because the last person hurt you. And it's like we don't think that on purpose and we don't hurt people on purpose because of this, but it's kind of just how we've been conditioned and like how we grew up. And I think it was really important to bring that to light because it's something that like not everyone really thinks about. So yeah, if you listen to that later, like really listen to the lyrics. I'm very, very proud of that one. I actually wrote this one in literally like 10 minutes. And after I wrote it, I was like, this is the greatest song I've ever written.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to request information on one more song.
Okay, you got it.
So does this album? It's not out. It might be an old song, but it says "Cold Summer."
Yeah. Okay. Cold Summer. So Cold Summer is the name of my EP. I really like making albums that have a title that isn't an actual song because instead of like just making the title like so one of the song names, I like to look at all the songs and I'm like, what is the gist of this? Like, where was I in my life when I was writing these songs, when I was recording these songs, and I come up with a title that has to do with like that. So yeah, Cold Summer is the first EP that I ever put out. On that album is Forgiveness, Denver, Ghost, Blinded, and Won't Stand Still. I wrote all of those songs right after I graduated college. That time was a very emotional time for me because it was the first time that I went really went through like depression and anxiety, experienced anxiety and everything. So it was really weird and strange and different for me. I think because I had just gotten my heart broken and I was now away from all of my friends and I wasn't at like the point in my life where I really wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's called Cold Summer because it's kind of like an opposite thing, obviously, because it was the summer when I wrote it, but it was cold and it was dark and it was difficult. So that's why I named the album that. And that album came out like a year after I graduated. So
For sure.
really proud of that, really proud that something so negative became something so beautiful and something that really like sent my career off in the right direction.
Okay, so this album dropped in 2019.
Yes. Oh wait, no, sorry. 2018, right before I moved to LA.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I got that information
Yeah.
accurate
Yeah, dude.
and right.
Yeah.
Um, far as someone wanting to find out more about your music, I know there's like link tree in
Mhm.
your bio.
Yep.
Um, I actually have that up. Actually.
Oh, cool.
Uh, I'm just gonna make a post about it because there's a lot on here, and I'm not sure if they will remember what I'm.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Those are like the Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play links, like any type of streaming platform that you use. You can just go to the link in my bio and click that, and it'll take you right to my music. So it's like super convenient. I also have a website that I'm working on. So I'll be able to link that in there as well. And there's going to be like a lot of information on there, not only about my music, but like when I'm playing shows, like a little bit about me, stuff like that.
For sure. Yeah, because I was looking at it, and I was just gonna start naming off like everything, but
Yeah, it's a lot.
there's literally, I want to say, probably like 8 or 9 different categories in.
Yeah.
So what I decided to do is I'll just make a post with it, and then I'll post it in the story or on our page or something. That
Yeah,
might
perfect. Thank you so much. Okay.
that will be easier to accomplish anyway.
For sure.
But you know how Instagram Live works, right? Be this little.
I think like after an hour, like it'll show you off. Yeah.
I just like to let everyone know in case they don't that there was like a 2 minute timer, but
Yeah, for sure.
we like have like about 10 minutes left, so
Okay.
we good.
Yeah.
Um, far as personal hobbies away from work, like what are some things that you like to do since you're in LA?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I used to answer this question as like singing being my hobby. Like when I was in like the film world and everything, like editing, people are like, what else do you like to do? I'm like, oh, I like to sing. But now it's like, that's who I am, you know?
Uh,
Something that I've really grown to love, especially during quarantine, is yoga. And I am not very good at shutting my mind off, but I'm really trying to be, just because I'm thinking about a million things a second, you know? But I think yoga really forces you in like the best way to do that, like especially during meditation. And it's something that I like not only mentally need, but like emotionally and physically need in my life. And I'm really excited because I just decided that I'm gonna like sign up for the hot yoga studio that's down the street from me. So I'm excited to do that because hot yoga is like really difficult, but like really rewarding at the same time. So yeah, I love doing that. I love doing it in my free time. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I like being outside, like going to the beach, especially like living in LA. It's really nice being so close to the beach. Because I grew up near the beach too in Connecticut.
uh,
Um, but yeah, I love being with my family and my friends. My circle of friends it's gotten small but very tight in the past few months. Just like after not seeing people, like kind of losing touch, but at the same time, it's like you see who really cares, who's there for you, who you genuinely love spending time with, and I'm very grateful for that. So yeah.
for sure. You mentioned beaches. We kind of know that's not gonna happen right now because you know
Yeah,
folks
exactly.
back down literally. But beaches, I haven't been to one since like since last
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm wondering like when we're gonna be able to go again because
year.
I really love doing that. Especially like Venice and Santa Monica is my favorite, and like going up to Malibu too is really fun. It's really beautiful.
I think this may be lifted when people actually start listening and wearing their masks.
I agree. I completely agree. And it's like we're really all in this together. And wearing a mask is such a small inconvenience to you, if an inconvenience at all. And it's literally saving people's lives. So, like, if anyone hears this that isn't wearing a mask or is like against wearing a mask, it's like just do it. You know, it's like everything's gonna be hopefully like back to the way it was. Like, you know, things are gonna be open. Like if you do it, like I think you have to have the mindset that like you are the one that could change it all, and then people would do it. Because I feel like people are like, oh well, if just I do it, it's fine. Like it's not gonna make a difference, but it really does. And it's like We all have to be in this together. Like, this all has to be a collective effort.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like it either, but I have unfortunately for it 'cause I feel like I can't breathe in that thing, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. That's definitely like another factor of it. It's like, especially people that like have like breathing trouble, like breathing problems, it's like it's really, really inconvenient and really tough. So I totally understand that too.
Yeah, for sure. Um, 6 minutes. Okay. I'm just trying to get all my questions out
For sure. Yeah, yeah. Keep them coming.
before they give me the the timer.
The
Anyway.
boot. Yeah.
Um, besides besides the new track you just dropped or dropping, do you have any like future upcoming like projects?
Yes. Yes, I do. I've been working on an album literally for like over a year. And that's what I thought I was going to put out until quarantine. And then there had to be a stop to it because my producer couldn't get in the studio to keep working on it because of everything, like everything that's happening. Like the studio was closed, whatever. So I put out this Keep Your Distance EP instead. But there's going to be 8 songs on it. It's called You Don't Live Here Anymore. And I'm hoping to put it out like in the fall. I'm hoping if we can get everything done by then. And I think it would be like a good time between me putting my EP out in June to like maybe October, November to put something else out. Also, that's like really quick to put an album out, to put 2 albums out kind of thing. But yeah, it's going to be the biggest project that I've ever done. There's a few features on it that I'm so excited about, and I won't give it away. Like I'll announce it at some point or let it be a surprise. But like I'm so excited about it. It's really, I mean, other than Keep Your Distance, I think equally it is my best work because just so much work has gone into it from not just me, but like my producers and the people featured and like the writers on it and everything. It's like I'm really proud of it. So that's something to look forward to for sure.
For sure. Um, can well, you can't really say when it's coming out. Um,
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I really want to say like October, November. Like that's fingers crossed. That's when it'll come out.
for sure. So we gotta wait. Everyone, we have to wait till October apparently. But yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Well, um, next. Well, this isn't really a question. I'm trying to figure out how to get this out. This isn't this isn't a question, but in the messages, um, suggested that maybe you can give us a sample of your voice.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do it a cappella, but yeah, I can definitely maybe because I told you the lyrics of the bridge in House of Flowers before, so I can definitely sing that for you.
For sure. Much appreciated.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay. My house of flowers only blooms when you are here and you are you. I love my scars, show where I've been. I love your heart, knows when I'm sick. Will there be pieces in the ashes, smoke to be kept? So that's from House of Flowers.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.
After this video, since I have no other podcast today, I am able to stream to YouTube. I don't really consider Facebook a stream, but it is. And Twitch. But I'm sure I'll send you links to the video.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
If you want a copy of this one, you can DM me like your email, and before I start the stream, I'll just get it over to you
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
for sure.
Yeah, this is so much fun. I literally loved every second of this. I love like talking with other creatives and like being able to tell my story. Thank you so much.
For sure. Thank you for coming on. And our goal is to help everyone get their story out.
Yeah, that's so great. Thank you so much. I wish you luck with all of the other. I think you're interviewing my friend Blair on Thursday. I'm so
I
excited to watch that. That's my girl.
For sure. She seems
Yeah.
she seems dope.
Oh,
But
she's so dope. She's really talented, and I'm actually editing one of her music videos right now. So I'm excited for everyone to see that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Last question. because it's like 12:59. They're not gonna give me a 2-minute timer until like one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Last question. Did you get to share everything that you wanted to share?
I did, absolutely. I really did. Yeah, you asked really great questions. I was able to like touch on everything that I wanted to talk about and that I was hoping to talk about. So thank you.
For sure. Sounds good. Hopefully I could do a part 2 of time. But
Yeah, absolutely. You'll like, yeah, maybe when like my career's like a little farther along and we can reflect on this one and be like, oh my God, remember back then when we did that one.
all right. Do you have anything else you want to add before we end here?
I don't think so. Other than like, I'm so grateful for everybody watching. I'm so grateful for you for having me on. Yeah, I hope I get to talk to you again soon and like share more of my journey and my music with you. I'm really looking forward to it.
For sure. I'm gonna check out that what song did I say? Coffee,
Yes.
Keep Distance, and what was the other one? The other one
Whole summer.
no, not that one. I'll look it up real quick. That no. Cold some it was the T-shirt one. There you go.
Oh, new T-shirt. Yeah. Oh my God. That is, yes. That is my bad bitch song. Definitely listen to that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and
You too.
get started, I guess, streaming like after we're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.